Wavy arm, knee hyperextension, left side weakness. You once said you were not in favor of wedges in shoes to lift the heel. I find that using them cuts down on my knee hyperextension and makes me feel generally safer in walking, still using a walker. I do walk some without the wedges to try to keep encouraging stretching of the ankle. Can you talk about why you are not in favor of wedges heel lifts? I put them in both shoes for symmetry. Well, if you've watched that video, you've heard my explanation as to why I don't like them. So I'm not going to repeat myself. Now, I will tell you, usually when I post clips like that on YouTube, it's because someone asked a specific question and I was answering a specific question. And generally speaking, a wedge keeps the foot pointed and some people will become more spastic. However, if it's not broke, don't fix it. That's my end all rule of thumb. If you're hyperextending when it's out and you're not hyperextending when it's in, then keep it in. And absolutely, do I use wedges? Absolutely. It's not that I never use them. It's just that if you're someone that your knee is hyperextending and you have a wedge under your heel and you can't get to neutral or you have a plantar flexion contracture, then, I would say that we might need to try and start making some changes. But that's not in all cases. If you have a really good fitting AFO that's articulated and it's got a nice strap over the top of the ankle, then you're not going to piston in and out. We call that pistoning when your foot just kind of points out of the AFO, or that's what I call it. I don't know if that's really the actual term for it. But then if that's not happening and your knee's not hyperextending, then I would just keep walking with the wedges. And especially if your foot has a plantar flexion stop, meaning that the brace doesn't allow you to point, then truly it is tipping you forward the way that it's intended to work. And so it's working as it should, and you're not going to develop a plantar flexion contracture. So if you liked that video and you want to learn more exercises on how to improve your walking, definitely check out this video over here or that video over there. If you want even more help, check out our Gold membership program where you will get access to over 300 exercises that are not here on YouTube, as well as access to our monthly lives where you can get your questions answered.